Alright folks, well, I was going to make a video on this cool little thing I purchased for my truck. Anyway, before I tell you what it is, I need to fix all my wiring that I ran for my lights, my aftermarket lights. At this moment, I have no remembrance of what goes where. And this is what happens when you hook everything up in the truck. Just whenever. I got wire galore. I ran the battery out. This wire goes to my front bar light. This wire here goes over to that control box, which is for the secondary battery. And that's also for the inverter. Now, with that said, I don't know if I'll put an inverter back in the truck. Also, I still want to do the second battery. But what I'm going to do is that control box is over there. Let me point it at you for you guys. Right there, you see it? I think what I want to do is run that control box, because what that box does, it stops me from killing the main battery to the truck. So, if I hook my whole lighting system up to the controller, when the truck's running, it doesn't matter. It just runs. But when the truck is off, you're working in the woods, or hell, I don't know, just whatever you're doing, and you need to light up the situation, all the lighting will come off the second battery and not affect the first battery. Overhead strobe lights will be on the second battery. I have a 250 watt linear underneath the seat for my CB. That'd be on the other battery. The bar lights in the back, well, the lights on the headache rack will be on the other battery. Or what I say, we'll hook to that control box, which will stop it from killing this battery. So this battery will never go below start levels. And I think that's where we're at. So I need to fix all this electrical first. I got wires over there, I got wires over here, I got wires everywhere. And all this needs to be fixed before I can hook up what's in that box. Otherwise, nobody would ever buy that piece, because I made a big mess of myself, this area here. Alright, so let's start with that. This wire here was for the original inverter in the back. So this wire now is no longer in need. So we will cut this wire out. And I'm going to cut it here at the firewall. There is a big spool of it in my dash. All that will come out in a later time. So that wire is no longer needed. This wire here operates the solenoid for my switch. So this wire, operates the solenoid for my bar light. This wire will be wired in with the other system over there. So we know where that is now. I had to take this, I had to unhook the computer to even get where we're at now. Okay. Because you can't get the battery box out without it. Or if you can, you're a better person than I am, because this is a tight fit. Let me see here. I don't recall if I ever ran this wire here, or if I did, how far I ran it. So that wire goes there, goes around in circles here. So no, this wire is not ran. And just loops back up that way, back over this way. Yay, all that way. Where's this going? This wire goes to the lights up there. Let's follow this wire. We know this wire is this wire. That wire is that wire. This wire is this wire. This wire goes to here. Okay, now I remember. Check this out. This wire harness here actually has a connection set to go to another bar light. That's why there's two. So in the future, these wires will be hooked up to the lights underneath the truck. So when I turn the bar light on, the other light will come on. That's even bigger and it's lower. That's why that's there. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. All right, so then we have, I'll take you guys for a walk with me. This light's here. I started running the wire, but I never finished. And it goes down between the bed there. And I got that roll of wire to finish that up there in the shell. Oh, right there behind the ladder. All right, we're getting somewhere. I may need a drink before I'm over with. Okay, that's that. Now, technically, can the battery go back in? I just dropped something. I only hope and pray that one was did before. And it did not. Okay, where's my knife? I found it. Oh. Oh. All right. Where are my knives at? And this is what happens when you have short arms and a tall truck. Where is my step at? Here's my step. Ugh. Why would anybody ever want to lift a truck? I have no clue. Ugh, such a tight fit. Yep, that hurt. Okay, that's that. Okay. So, back to my original statement. Can the battery go back in? Yes. Battery box can go back in, battery can go back in. Because everything I need to do is going to be outside. So let's get that wiring cleaned up first. Okay. This wire's tucked out of the way, right? That's somewhere where the battery box is not going to be in the way. It's not going to be with the battery box. Okay. You can go up here. You hang out there for now. Okay. You go there. My worst day coming true. I hate this battery box. Me and this battery box does not get along. I don't recall ever not struggling with it. And today's probably not gonna be no different from any other day I've ever messed with this thing. If there was ever a trick to get something in and out of a vehicle, please tell me if there's one to get this battery box in and out. Because I have literally struggled with this thing every time I've ever taken it in and out. And that may have been one of my fastest times yet. Okay. When I tell you, there is nothing fun about this battery box. There is nothing fun about this thing. All right, we got that started. We got that started. Okay, we're working on getting this started. Of course, something's going to be in the way here. Okay, there we go. All right, that's that. Folks, we are like hauling butt here. What are we doing? We are just snugging down. Make sure the bolts don't fall out and I lose my truck starters. Because I'm almost surprised it hasn't happened before. But that's that, that's that. Okay. Now, if I recall right, one of these bolts is different from the other. That's that. That one's that. All right. That bolt was started, that bolt was started. Okay, we're getting somewhere. All right. What's up? All the bolts are started, so we can now. That one started, that one's tight. And that was tight. That was tight. That goes back in this hole. All right. Milwaukee set. You put away for the sit moment. All right, time to put the battery. Ugh. This is not fun either. I know. Somebody will yell because I am not putting the bracket on for the whole battery place. Put that in place. That's that. All right, we're getting somewhere. Take your handy dandy little socket, tap the terminal on, tap the terminal on. My dumb ass got a rush. That's tight. That's on nice and tight. That's nice and tight. All right, this is gonna be like a part 5 videos, I think. Okay, battery's back in. We'll start the truck up, make sure it starts up. We were at that step where we put everything back the way it was. In theory, it should start up. And if it don't, we know we messed up somewhere between A and C. A little hard, but that's normal. When I say it's normal, when you unhook batteries and everything else, it's normal for a truck to start a little hard for the first time. Okay. And the reason for that is because as soon as you put the battery back on, blah, 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 you send a burst of fuel in, this and that, your modulars, happy dory, yeah. All the other crap. All right. So, part A is done. Well, that'd be part B because I already started A in a different video.